Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Surajo of Movie Musings, and today I'll be reviewing Like Crazy, which was released October 28th of 2011, and it's starring. Let's see who the cast is. Anton as Anton, Yelchin as Jacob, and Felicity Jones as Anna, and Jennifer Lawrence as Sam, Charlie Bailey as Simon. So I'm gonna tell you what the plot is. It's pretty much a love story, and I wanted to see it because when I saw the trailer, I thought, oh, this is a really cute looking movie. Might be interesting. So I said, let me go check it out. So the plot of the movie is a young man and a young woman, both in college. They meet each other their senior year in college, and they kind of just fall in love with each other. And it wasn't planned, and it was kind of like their romance had a really nice innocent and pure beginnings. And they fall in love with each other, and they come to the point in their relationship. Oh, I forgot to mention that the young woman was a foreign exchange student. She was from London, and she was finishing up her schooling here. And they come a point in their relationship where it's time for the young woman to go back to London because obviously she's here on a visa, and her visa is going to expire. So she decides to not go when she was supposed to go, and leaves 2 months after the date she was supposed to leave. And obviously that is going to cause a ban. And there's a ban that occurs to people who violate their visas. They are usually banned from re-entering the United States for at least 10 years. So that's kind of what happened. She leaves and she can't come back to the U.S. And now they have to carry on this long-distance relationship with each other, and it's straining the relationship. And you see that they want the relationship so bad, but the barrier between them, it's kind of like it's stopping them. And I felt like throughout the entire movie, like there was just a lot of things working against them, specifically the distance between them. And they try to move on, but they kept finding themselves being pulled back to each other mentally. And at one point they try to rectify their problem by getting married. Obviously that would solve the situation because she can come here as the spouse of an American citizen. But it turns out that didn't work out either, and that didn't lift the ban. So there was still more paperwork that had to go. That put even more strain on them because they thought that was the key, that was what would make their relationship work, and it turned out that wasn't the key. And I can't. There's not that much that I can really tell you about this movie, because it's just it's a really simple movie. It's a love story between two young individuals, and it shows you like the movie is titled Like Crazy, and it kind of shows you like the phases of love and like how a relationship progresses. And even though it has like the purest beginning and the most innocent beginning, at some point in the relationship it kind of turns very adult-like in that it becomes serious. And even though it became serious, they still desired each other. But I'm just going to say that in the theater, at the ending of the film, one of the guys in the theater, he just blurts out, "Seriously?" Like, that's it. Like, the ending was kind of like one of those open endings. And you don't really know if it's happily ever after, but you kind of assume it might be a happily ever after. But, like, based on the way the characters are interacting, you can't really tell for sure. But I guess that is actually very ideal to the idea of love. Like that's like and the movie itself is called Like Crazy, and it shows you like these the progression of a couple, and the ending is like it leaves you like serious, like it leaves you wanting more, and then it kind of like manifests that idea of like love is crazy, and like this is what happens when people fall in love. Like they go through crazy phases and crazy feelings. 1 minute they hate each other, the next minute they still love each other, and it's like that back and forth, which is, I would imagine, part of love, because in my opinion, love and hatred are of the same feeling, just different ends of the spectrum. And hatred is usually perverted. I always say that hatred is perverted love. So when a couple love, when there's like that love-hate relationship, I think that that's real love. Like, because, you know, like your family, you genuinely love your family, and it's like a love-hate relationship. Like, you know, one minute if it's your mom or if it's your brothers, one minute you hate your mom or you hate your brothers, next minute you're like, oh man, I love my family, like I love my brothers, I love my mom. And it's the same thing, like, you know, that idea kind of like comes from that idea that exists within your family, kind of is like materialized in your partner. And I feel like if you don't have a love relationship with your partner, I don't know. Like, personally, I think it might be questionable, because I feel like, yeah, like there's like usually, most likely, that in every partnership, there's always something you really don't like about the other person. And then there's always something that you really love about the person, and I think that's what keeps the relationship going. That love hate balance going on. So, I would rate this movie an A-. I probably would have given it an A+ if the ending was a little bit more definite. But I think like because the ending left me, the ending was an open-ended ending. Excuse me. That's why I give this movie an A-. So, I mean, I guess you could go check it out if you like love stories and things like that. It's a really simple love story. It's not profound or anything like that. It's not like The Notebook. So, don't assume that it's going to be like The Notebook. It's just like honestly, this movie could be the life of many New Yorkers, especially young New Yorkers, like how their relationship progressed and things like that. This movie could be that. So I think a lot of people will identify with the characters in the movie, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of us, and when I say us, I mean maybe I can only speak for my age group, people in their 20s, but I would imagine that a lot of us experience the same back and forth with a loved one as the characters in the movie. So overall, yeah, I rated it an A-, and you can go check it out if you want. If you like love stories, you'll enjoy it. Take care.